Yo yo, it's Shosho. Welcome back to my YouTube video, and today I will be doing a story time about my experience with a quote unquote nice guy. Um, I'm probably gonna title this video r/nice guy because I've been really obsessed with r/ lately, like his YouTube videos, talking about like just going on Reddit and talking about these nice girls, nice guys thing. So, and this story kept on popping up in my head, and I just need to I need to explain the story. So it was in 2015. It was the summer of 2015, and I was actually taking a math course in my community college, and that's where I actually met this dude. And we're gonna give him the name Randy because his name starts with an R, and I don't think I know a Randy, so we're just gonna go with Randy. So yeah, basically, that's how I met this guy. I finished my one class at that community college, and I was waiting outside, and my mom has this thing where she doesn't want us to wait for too long, or she'd have to call me and be like, where are you, why aren't you outside? Like, she just has that whole weird thing about that. And I just wanted to stay inside with a bunch of people in the cafeteria, but so I was just kind of going in and out. And this guy, he was seeing me walk around waiting for my mom, and he approached me, and he seemed like a chill dude. Seemed like. So, excuse me. So he we started talking. It was whatever. He seemed like a chill guy. If anybody knows me personally, I'm the type of girl that's like, okay, wow, new friends, whatever. I'm just gonna say that right now, I didn't give this guy any indication that I was interested. I know, 100%. I look back at all my gestures towards him or whatever. I never gave him any kind of signs, never was touchy feely with him, never was flirtatious, because I know how I get. Like, sometimes I get it, I can be a little bit too friendly, but I was not too friendly with this guy. I was treating him like I treat all my girlfriends, all my guy friends, like it's whatever. And yeah. Not to mention there was this other friend that I actually knew from high school that he was really close with, and we're going to give him the name Kyle. So, skipping that, getting to know them, we all traded numbers. We became a group. So, we would communicate with each other after I was done with my math class. Like, I'd wait outside and we'd all talk, and waiting for my mom to come. So, one of these days, my friend texts me, because again, this is during the summer, so people hang out during the summer. My friend Dima, may she rest in peace. I miss you, girl. She always liked to hang out, so she had been inviting all my friends to go hang out at the mall. So after math class, as usual, I met up with the dudes, and I was like, he actually mentioned, like, oh, we should go to watch a movie sometime, whatever, right? So I was like, actually, it's funny that you say that, because if you want to hang out, like, I'm actually going to hang out with my friend today. So if you want to come to the mall, didn't think anything of it. Now that I look back at it, I can see why. Well, no, because that's him being delusional still, because it's not like I'm asking him to go to the mall with me. Like, I invited him. And that too, I invited Kyle too, but Kyle actually was like, you know what, I can't actually go. I have work today. So he didn't show up. So, I mean, I was like, Randy's not a special person. Like, I invited Kyle too. Kyle just wanted to leave us alone. Actually, anytime Randy was trying to make plans with us hanging out, like, Kyle always had something to do. And, when you're friends with the guy who's trying to get with a girl, I get it. Like, you think girls do it too. Like, everybody's, like, guilty of trying to do that. They're trying to set up their friend with someone they like, so they'll purposely be like, oh, you know what? I have this thing. But you guys can still hang out. Yeah. And now that I mention it, he did act weird towards me. He made some kind of weird comment about me and Randy, which made no sense to me because I was like, he would ask, he's like, "What's going on with you and Randy?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about because what is going on with me and Randy? I don't know. You tell me what was that?" But yeah. So I should have known, but I didn't think much of it because just like me, like I get it, like people can have a misunderstanding, and so I don't want to like automatically assume, yeah, this guy's totally into me when he's probably just being super nice and it just kind of was like it was a big misunderstanding. So, now we'll get to the juicy part, which was like Dima inviting me. So I asked Dima if it was okay that I invited my friend because he actually said that he's free and that he'll show up to the mall. And she was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Like, please invite as many people." Because apparently everybody she asked ended up having plans. So I was literally the only girl that said yes to plans. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't mind extra friends. So, and she's like super chill about it. But yeah. So we show up at the mall. He shows up. We're all waiting at the food court. I give him a hug because, like, that's what you do with your friends. Like, but I'm not touchy feely with him. Like, it's just like a bro hug. It's whatever. Like, I'm just prefacing this because, like, we'll get to the argument part. Like, I end up having an argument with this boy about the difference between a girl just being your friend and a girl being interested in you. Like, you can get on me about trying to string you along, but I know I can honestly say this guy was delusional because you know what? As much as I know, like, I looked back at my text messages after the whole thing, and I know I did not give any emojis or anything. Like, I wasn't trying to flirt with that. Actually, I was doing the opposite, and I was giving him one worded answers. But more on that later. So, we're all at the mall, we're all hanging out, we're just, we're just going around the stores, window shopping, whatever, like hanging out. They start communicating with each other. Him and Dima, Randy and Dima are starting a communication, and I find out like I usually actually felt like the third wheel while they were talking, which I didn't mind to be honest, because like a lot of times and I'm a talker, I am, but like a lot of times in group settings, I will, if I don't have much to say, like I usually just stay quiet and listen to other people talk because a lot of people actually talk more than me, believe it or not, but they do, and I'm fine with that because I'm like, unless I really want to say something, like I'll say it. It's whatever. So it was nice listening and observing that they both had a lot in common, like, and she actually opened up to him about her illnesses and everything she went through since she was 3, which is a big deal because Dima was that kind of girl that she's not open about stuff like that. She's not gonna like barely meet you for the first time and then spill the tea about her cancer and why she has her oxygen and crap like that. Like she's super about that, and like I've seen it happen where this one guy tried to date her and he was already trying to ask her like, why do you have breathing problems? And she's like, I'm not comfortable answering that. And he just kept on pushing her. He's like, well, if you want a relationship with me, you have to tell me. Which, I mean, true, but also like, calm down, dude. Like, she's just barely getting to know you. Like, calm down. Like, chill. She doesn't have to spill everything right away, especially something big like that. That's her own thing. So, yeah, so that was a big deal because she's like, here's the guy that she just met that day. And she's already spilling so much tea because they have so much in common. Like, he doesn't have any illnesses, but they were talking about like medication that they take, all these different medications, because he has his like ADHD or whatever, like, whatever. So they were talking about stuff like that and like how their life is rough and all that stuff. Like, he's been through some stuff and she's definitely been through some stuff. So, yeah, like, and so the next morning, she actually texts me about Randy and she's like, hey, do you think he'd ever date me? And I was like, oh, you're feeling randy. Okay, I got you, girl. But because she was asking for his number, but obviously, like, you should probably ask the person first for their approval, like their thing. So I asked him, I was like, hey, my friend Dima seems to be interested in you. Would you mind if I gave her your number and you guys could start talking? And he's like, yeah, she seems pretty cool. Mind you, he said that. He was all down for it. That minute, if he could have just spewed the truth to me and been like, honestly, I'm more interested in you, and I didn't realize she has interest in me, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna waste her time. He actually ended up being the one to string her along, because all the things that he was coming at me for, stringing him along, like, that's what he was doing to my friend. So, and I did, like, we didn't pick up in it just yet. So like he was, so I gave her his number. They started talking and she was getting really nervous. She was like, I don't know how to talk to him. I was like, I'm not, listen, this is a blind leading the blind, because I don't have any kind of experience, like a for sure thing that to get a guy to like be in love with you. But my thing was always that, if I talk to a guy, I text a guy that I'm really interested in, I actually just try to genuinely get to know him. So I'll ask little questions, and maybe they're really stupid, but like sometimes you have to ask those like simple basic questions to get in, to delve into the other ones if you want, or you could like go straight into it, like whatever. If whatever you want to know about him, just ask. If you want to know what his life goals are, text him, hey, I want to get to know you, what are your life goals, whatever. Text him whatever you want to know. Just, that's what I do, because eventually there's a conversation going on, because it's not just questioning, because then topics come up and then conversations, it's this whole thing. So that happens. But while she's texting him, she's texting me too. And he keeps texting me. He's blowing up my phone. And it's funny because she'll text me saying, like, he's not answering our questions. He's always taking forever to answer the questions. It's really weird. And he's doing the same thing that I told her to do with him. And that should have clicked, but I still didn't think anything of it. And then he's like, hey, I'm interested in you. And I was like, did you not pay attention? Like, I've been trying to, I would even change the subject because things started getting weird. And I was like, this is too weird. Because then he started asking the same questions she would ask him. And it was just like, okay, what is, like, and I'm just answering him because I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be a bitch about it. Like, but yeah, like, this is my friend. He wants to get to know me. Like, if my friends ask me what my life goals are, I'm not gonna be like, fuck you, I'm not telling you my life. Why are we friends for? But then he started asking me like that question where it's like, would you be interested in me? And I told him I wasn't, because I was never interested in this guy. And he was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But I just found it so weird, because I was like, if you were interested in me this entire freaking time, why have you been wasting my friend Dima's time? Like, you are trash, sir. And then finally, like, I was like, I'm really sorry, like, and then the truth came out. His true spirit came out, and he was just like, you know what? You're such a snob. You can't go out with me. Like, he was entitled, basically. Like, he's like, you could go out with me. Like, you have to go out with me because I've known you long. Like, his literal. So I asked him, I was like, tell me, please, tell me, how did I string you along? How did I string you along? Just give me one example. And I completely apologize because I get it. It happens. But you know what his answer was? His answer was, oh, 'cause I knew you longer. I didn't know Dima longer. I barely knew Dima. I knew you longer. With that logic, I knew Dima longer. So technically, even if I wanted you, like, by your logic, I can't have you because she's interested in you and I've known her longer. I mean, honestly, what kind of BS is that too? Also, he's like, you're just throwing me in the ditch and you're not even giving me a chance. Bro, I'm that type of girl. I know some girls are like that. They want to like pity date, or it's not even a pity date. They'll go out with a guy because why not? Listen, if I feel like I don't want to go out with a guy, I'm not going to go out with him. Like period. Like straight up. Like I'm not that type of girl that's like, "Oh, maybe." Like if it is a maybe, it's because there was potential, but if I don't see any potential, which I didn't see any in this kid. He was okay. He was not a bad looking dude, but like I didn't want him. Like I wasn't feeling it with him at all. Like it was strictly friendship. So I was like, hell no. I'm not wasting this guy's time. I'm not wasting my own time going out with somebody that I don't want to go out with. Why? And he's not entitled to go out with me. Like he's not entitled with that. Just like, oh my gosh. Like what? And I was like, you're telling me all of this. Meanwhile, my friend is texting you because I straight up told you she was interested in you. Mind you, you said that I could give your number because you were interested. That's what you said. And now you're over here not answering my friend's text messages, throwing her in the ditch because you want to get to me. That is sick, bro. If you wanted to get to me, you should have just talked to me instead of trying to get to my. Because, like, my theory is he was trying to get to my friend because it's like, oh, well, she seems interested. I'm just gonna. And, you know, after all that aftermath, like, I went off on him and I was like, I'm done arguing with you. Like, you showed your true colors. Like, you're disgusting because he told me, like, that was the only. It spilled out. The truth spilled out that the only reason why he approached me was because of that. So you mean to tell me that if I rejected you, you were never gonna talk to me again? You couldn't even be my friend? What trash. I could say that at least he was honest about that, but honestly, how trash of a person can you be that you can't just talk to a girl just to be her friend anymore, just to be friendly? Like, it's all just, I'm gonna scope out a girl I wanna fuck, and if she doesn't want me, like, I'm just gonna cut it off. Like, even despite, like, saying that she was probably a cool girl to at least just chill with, to be friends with, like, nah, man, because I was just interested in hitting that. Like, meanwhile, you're doing that to my friend. Like, you wasted her time. Because, like, my friend could have easily heard back from me and been like, hey, girl, it turns out he was interested in me, so, you know what, I'm not gonna, she would have been fine. She would have been fine. She's like, oh, damn, okay, bet, whatever. But he's wasting her freaking time. And after the math, after all that aftermath, when I, like, skewered into him and then I blocked him and I was like, good day, goodbye, like, bye, piss off. We hang out again a week after, me and Dima, and like she's talking about how she's still, like, he actually was starting to try to get with her, and I was like, oh, all of a sudden she's in, like, again, it's my theory that she's a rebound or something, because like I listen, I'm not that type of girl that's like, who the hell am I'm nobody, like, but it's just weird to me that, oh, now all of a sudden he's interested in her, because when he was trying to get with me, he's like, I'm not interested in her. I want you, but you're over here sending me to your friend. You told me, look, you could have just told me. I would have still rejected you because I'm not into you. I'm sorry. Like, that's how life freaking is. And he was trying to be like, you're such a snob. Oh, I'm a snob because I don't want to go out with you. I'm not entitled to go out with you. Like, or you're not entitled to go out with me. I straight up even gave him that logical question of like, dude, dude, like, would you rather me like string you along and like pretend like I want to, like, he's like, yeah, he's basically saying like he would rather be used. That's called desperation, buddy, and I'm not desperate. You probably are, but I'm not freaking desperate. And guess what, I'm not going out with you. And like, you're telling me I'm a bitch, I'm a snob because I don't want to go out with you. Like, wow. Like, the audacity of these dudes. Like, I can't. And the logic is stupid. I knew you longer. Okay? And I knew, you know what? If you're gonna go by that logic, I knew Dima forever, bro. And you just met her. I just met you. Like, I knew her longer, so technically you're nobody because you ain't somebody she's like head over heels for, but like, listen, like, don't be talking about my girl like that. She's amazing, and like, you lost an opportunity. You want to talk about, you want to lecture me about how girls never want to go out with you. Meanwhile, I just gave you a number of a girl who wants to go out with you, and she was freaking amazing, and he's over here like trying to get to, he could have just told me. And even then, like, I rejected him, but he didn't take that very well. Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with people? Like, so what? So what? That means I have to go out with you now? I have to go out with you? God damn it. Gosh. Honestly, the freaking nerve. And this is fine now, and I told her don't go off. She's like, he wants to go out with me. He's talking about how he wants a relationship with me and all that stuff. He wants to get married, blah, blah, blah. And that's what she wanted too, but I was like, girl, don't do it. Because let me tell you something. I told her everything. I showed her the messages. I don't have them anymore because, like, when I blocked him, I like deleted the message. I was like, nah. Like, I have this thing, like, por shame. Like, I can't. You're off of my phone. I'm deleting our message. Like, I don't want to, like, ugh. The fact that I even talked to that dude. Unbelievable, dude. And I invited Kyle out too. He just ended up not showing, so I don't want to hear like, oh, you invited him out to stuff. Listen, I was inviting you too, man. And he tried to set me up, but it didn't work. I should have known too, because I'm not gonna lie, like, he showed signs, but again, I wasn't trying to be that girl that jumps to, oh, he must like me because he's acting weird. Guys can just be weird sometimes. Like, again, I have this thing where if people don't approach me, sometimes I'll approach people, whatever, if they seem friendly. Like, it doesn't mean anything. But I'm not that trash person that actually scopes out guys to just talk to them that I'm only want to bang or am interested in, rather than just being friends with. Like, I actually just want to make friends. And if I find a cute guy that ends up wanting me to, great. Otherwise, like, dude, I just want to communicate with someone. Because I'm not sitting here bored while my other friends that I'm with are communicating with other people in the bar or party or whatever. Like, straight up, okay, let's, like, I see my friend Emily, I made that up. Well, no, I do know an Emily, but like, we don't really hang out much. We're more colleagues, but we're still friends in op shop. But like, I see my friend Emily talking to this dude, and I'm here by myself. I'm gonna talk to this dude. This dude shouldn't think that because I approached him that I want to be with him now. Because I know that happens too, but that's not the case. Anyways, that is my story about my experience with a nice guy. Ugh. And so if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, click the bell notification, and if the video allows it, because I do not know what's going on with that, I've tried everything, but if it allows it, please feel free to comment down below. Oh my gosh. I feel like I've been like babbling on, but this guy's just freaking disgusting. But yeah, so yeah, still don't have an outro, but yeah. Guys, both guys, girls, please. If you don't want to go out with someone, don't go out with them. Don't pity date, unless that's your thing. If you want to, fine. But that's your decision, okay? Don't ever make anyone try to make you feel bad for not going out with them. Because, oh, no one wants to go out with me. Bro, that sounds like a you problem. Okay, I tried to be nice, but you're being an asshole about it. Like, I was nice to this guy, and then he just released the beast on me. And so I had to be a bitch. Because he was a bitch to me, so I'm gonna be a bitch right back. Okay, bye.